Hello anybody who's watching this. Welcome to my reaction to Synthetic Review Ultraviolence Edition. And first thing I'm gonna say is that I don't like the title because U and V is the same symbol, which doesn't make sense, and I hate that. Said fix that thing. Why are you going insane? And the other thing, as you can see, if you can, maybe it's too small on the screen, but if you can see it, I'm on minute 12. 12 minutes 44 seconds in, because, well, I'm trying to explain myself why the video didn't come out yesterday. If you don't care, you can move on to the reaction, but no, don't even, go away. I was recording this. Okay, in the evening of Saturday, I wrote my friend if he's gonna come over tomorrow on Sunday, and I thought, if he is, I'm gonna record the thing in the morning, and if he answered me immediately, I possibly would have recorded it even this on the Saturday, because knowing that on Sunday I will be busy. He didn't answer me though. I woke up in about 11 something, saw a message that he will come over. He said he'll come over about in 1 p.m. I was like, okay, I have time. So I kind of started. I woke up as much as I could. Was still a bit sleepy. Started recording this at about 12, maybe 12:10, something like that. I started recording it, and I made it to 12:44, and my friend arrived. It wasn't 1 p.m. yet. He lied. So I couldn't finish this, and my first idea was to make a reaction to the end and then combine it together, edit it together, but then I thought, whatever. I'll do the whole thing again, because why not? My memory is not good enough to remember everything that's happening. Why? Stop. Stop. No. I'm not playing with you. Go away. Okay, there we go. Laser pointer worked as always. And alright. I'm gonna say that there's a nation link in the description below, but I don't deserve anything for this kind of reaction, so let's do this. It's gonna bug, really. Really? You're gonna bug now? Really? Why? There we go, okay.
Hey people, Seth here.
Finally,
Today,
those
I
live
have a
subtitles
simple
on.
question. Do you enjoy violence?
Yes.
Of course you do. It's a part of you.
It is.
And who are you to deny your own nature?
True.
So come with me and let me show you some real ultra violence, and let's dehumanize ourselves together. Welcome to Synthetic.
Welcome.
Synthetic is a tactical roguelike shooter. It's also one of the best damn games I've ever played. There's barely any story, reason, or words in this game. It doesn't
I
need
enjoy
them,
roguelikes,
because
so I might
Synthetic
play
is
this
a
one
mute symphony, where the instruments are high-caliber firearms, the music is gunfire, and the orchestra is a 10,000-strong legion of genocidal murder bots who, unfortunately, are very sick, and the only cure is a bullet through the cranium. Synthetic is amazing, and I'm gonna cream over how much I love it. Unfortunately, before we can experience joy, we must experience mechanics. So let me tell you about guns, gunplay. Pretty simple. You aim, shoot, and turn with a mouse. Moving and shooting at the same time is usually a fantastic idea if you plan on missing every shot and getting Swiss cheesed by the enemy. You need to stand still to stabilize your shots. If your bullets connect, they do damage. If your bullets connect with someone's synthetic cranium, they do considerably more damage. As each round leaves the chamber, your
fire.
will begin to sound more and more hollow. So, like any reasonable human being with a basic grasp of first-person shooters, you press reload and accidentally eject your entire magazine. You get cornered, shot, and shot repeatedly. So, what happened there? Mechanics. You can't just reload in Synthetic. No, to reload, you have to manually eject your magazine, click in a new one, and continue shooting. This might seem awkward at first, but once you get into the rhythm, it really becomes second nature. Oh yeah, fun fact, each time you pull the trigger, you cause a localized explosion inside the gun barrel. And a much lesser known fact, explosions could be described as incredibly warm. Take too many shots too fast and you'll be holding the ballistic version of a rice cooker. Also, next time you pull the trigger, you might hear a click instead. That's not a good sound. It means your gun is jammed.
Who's that guy
You better unjam it real fast if you plan to continue staying alive. There's absolutely no way to predict it, but you should consider and anticipate it before you rush headfirst into a crowd and slam the trigger, only to be greeted with a single click and deafening silence. Now that you understand gunplay, let me tell you about gameplay.
Guns that don't jam.
You gotta pick a class. There's
Or
8
does
of them.
every gun have has a chance?
Specialization. Riot Guard shoots methadone to numb his sensation of pain, walks through entire volleys of missiles, and kills hover tanks twice his size by slamming them full speed with a piece of plastic.
That's
He's
a riot
thick
shield
boy,
for you.
but he's not ashamed of his weight problem. He's just bulking. And if anyone disagrees, they get stun locked forever. Breacher shoots methadone and shoots hot loads of lead inside his enemies. He's Riot Guard, except instead of survivability, he's got a low cooldown satchel charge that can be used to commit instant suicide because you accidentally right-clicked while facing a wall. Snipers are all about money. They get fat credits. If you pop a head, you get that gamer bread. And in a game that's all about money shots, he gets a fucking laser sight on his right-click for pinpoint accuracy. Assassin can do this. Did you know enemies get attracted to sound sources and follow regular patrol patterns? Now you do. If you use this knowledge to lure in an entire clown car squad of enemies, you can also do this and refill your entire health bar. Assassins are also hilarious to play in multiplayer. Heavy firefight, overwhelming odds.
Just lay there.
Go invisible.
It's okay.
I'm sure the other player can deal with it.
You don't have to bite
fine.
anything, just
Raider
lay there.
is the class you play when your friends ban you from playing Assassin. He doesn't have invisibility, but he does have a custom-made Japanese vibroblade from AliExpress, which refolds itself a
AliExpress, not Japanese.
millisecond, which also leaves quite a cut inside anyone unlucky enough to get in his way. The best feature of playing Raider is dog tags. Dog tags are objectively the most important measurement of your own ego. Collecting them is imperative to your survival, but more importantly, to your credibility as a gamer. Yes, it's true. I might have not helped in any team fights and just spent my time camping corners, but you know what else is true? I've collected significantly more dog tags than my partner over here. So who truly is to blame for our untimely demise? It certainly isn't me. Heavy Gunner is a slow-moving 3D printer on legs. If you enjoy cruising through levels at breakneck speeds that make mobility scooters, pensioners, and children born on landmines seem fast in comparison, then you'll love the Heavy Gunner. Conversely, Engineer is a class for the insane and the unhinged. It's also one of the most interesting. The very essence and strength of the Engineer is gambling. Roll the dice, take the chance, wager your entire life, double the credits, or go broke. Buy everything, throw it all away, only to get it back tenfold. Abandon reason and lose yourself in gambling. And if you can't take that risk, you'll never experience the complete ecstasy of playing Engineer, because your lows are the lowest, but at your highest, you become a self-propelled demigod of RNG. And finally, Demolisher is the only class with a dedicated button for team killing. After choosing the class that best defines your qualities as a human being, you still need to pick a loadout. This is your starting items and modules, all unique to your class. There's a lot to choose from to suit your strategy.
I was a bit distracted.
Button for team killing. Demolisher is the only class with a dedicated button for team killing. After choosing the class that best defines your qualities as a human being, you still need to pick a loadout. This is your starting items and modules, all unique to your class. There's a lot to choose from to suit your strategy, provided you have one. If you don't, you don't have much of a life expectancy, but don't let that stop you. Hit that start button and you'll warp right into life expectancy. But
Notice
don't
something.
let that stop you. Hit that
Enemies can hit each other. Ooh. And I didn't notice that
and you'll
on the
warp
first
right
watch.
into Kaida Corporation HQ, world leader in the field of AI robotics. Coincidentally, those aforementioned robotics have gone a little rogue, and if you fail to stop them, they're about to go a little nuclear. So, if possible, try and stop Armageddon. No pressure. Your objective is simple. Kill everything.
Find that song again.
Once you're done with that, take the teleporter to the next floor, have a quick peek at the huge red flashing danger symbol that's covering your screen, and get wiped by the first boss in the game. Die, go back, and try again. The better you do, the bigger your body count. The bigger your body count, the higher your terror level. The higher your terror level, the more you've pissed off the Machine Legion, and the more seriously they start to take you. Their reflexes will get faster, the game gets faster, and the music screams louder to the intensity of your firefights. They'll no longer send grunts after you. They'll send elite kill squads juiced on stimulants to shred you instead. And with each floor, these only get more and more ridiculous. Here's a few of the many wonderful murder bots you'll encounter, all of which are seething with a burning hatred for all natural life. In no particular order, these are ball busters, or as I've heard them referred to, why is this basketball accelerating towards me? And why am I dead 20 seconds after starting a level? Jihadi spider bots, more jihadi spider bots, jihadi spider bot mom bots, which give birth to more jihadi spider bots.
Jihadi spider bot,
which scurry away and start screaming the moment you commit a single microaggression. And if you don't shut them up fast, they'll send in Child Protective Services, which really don't care about arbitrary concepts such as cover, walls, or running away. Heat-seeking missiles, a lot of heat-seeking missiles, pineapples, miniguns, miniguns on legs, a fucking plane, lasers with motion tracking, and finally, this thing, not to be confused with that thing. You know an easy way to tell between them? One of them shoots fast enough to melt concrete. The other uses an orbital satellite to melt you instead. Good luck out there.
The cannon?
You'll need it. You can't
I guess it does use the
cannon,
cannon,
will throw your way. Each run is completely randomized, and by this, I don't mean several crates have been reshuffled. I mean, I just dice rolled double or nothing with a gambling terminal. Won the bet, bought an ultra-class sniper rifle with the proceeds, only for the transaction to glitch and leave my credits untouched. Then I blew my own brains out with my own gun, because that Nemesis Ricochet is no joke. Among the chaos, there's a huge variety of guns. There's around 100 unique weapons in the game, which can be acquired in one of many different manufacturing variants. What does that mean? It means you won't find the same gun twice. For example, here's a Bran Anti-Air. Let's look at the variant. It's a Siege 5 manufacture, full automatic, very powerful. And here's another Bran Anti-Air I picked up in a later run. Notice anything different? That's right, Hyper Burst manufacture. Very devastating. On top of variants, there's damage types. On top of that, there's different types of ammunition, which you can switch between to suit the situation. But we don't have time to explain that shit. Here's some of my favorite weapons instead. This one's called a grenade launcher. It launches grenades. You don't need these. Eject them immediately. Switch ammo type to rubber grenade, because a true warrior does not kill his foes with explosions. He kills them with a raw concussive force of being hit by a huge fucking piece of rubber. This one is called the Chaos Launcher, and here's what happens when I click my left mouse button a single time. Also, you won't believe this, they actually put in the goddamn anti-material rifle from My Neighbor Totoro. Now,
it's Gurren Lagann,
anime. I'm not a child predator, but listen to this and tell me you're not a little bit aroused right now. And if you don't like,
I can believe that he's not watching anime, but I cannot believe that he's not a child predator. I'm just kidding. To be honest, I will believe the other way around.
Here's a weapon for nihilists. The 420 Sniper Dragon. Can you possibly guess the gimmick of this gun? Correct. 360 no-scopes. It also synergizes amazingly well with the MLG air horn. Hey, I don't have to explain shit. This is a game for men. Anyway, check out my sick rocket calligraphy. It's a long-lost and dangerous art form, but it's incredibly soothing in the hands of a trained professional. Items,
Yeah.
there's more than 100 items. These come in two forms: active, which
More than
have to
100
be
weapons, more than
activated,
100
and
items.
passive items, which
Sounds like a
pop
good
off automatically.
roguelike.
Most of these are amazing. Others are interesting. These range from common trinkets all the way up to exceptionally rare game changers. Pro tip: if whatever you just picked up is glowing red, it's probably insanely overpowered. It's also probably going to kill you. But hey, learning is fun, and learning demands suffering. You can find items and weaponry throughout your run. You can also buy them. No money? No problem. Just sacrifice your limbs to the machine god, and he'll reward your good faith with unholy firepower. But why stop there?
Okay.
Every weapon can be tuned up using attachments. Need more firepower? Convert your semi-automatic to full auto. Tired of only shredding one synthetic skull at a time? Add a hyper accelerator and turn entire crowds into liquid. Does the half second of reloading get in the way of your bloodbath? Install a wormhole inside your magazine today, because why
That's
not?
a thing.
And if you find yourself doing a little too well on your own, don't worry, because there's always
Don't remember.
multiplayer.
Oh,
Synthetic,
yes.
doing a little too well on your own, don't worry, because there's always...
I did this also on the first watch, but you will never know about it. But the first one says my lobby, which is obvious for everybody. The second one says, come here, gay. Much cruder than gay. The F in English it would be an F word for gay, if you know what I mean. And the last one is Gover come here, which Gover could be a name or could be a nickname. Who knows?
multiplayer.
The creator of the
has
server knows.
two-man co-op under ideal
And Gover
circumstances.
himself.
This is the ultimate test of friendship and camaraderie. Try and go stealth and just run.
I can't go stealth. It's on cooldown.
Of communication and effective team play.
Raising terror level.
Oh, in exchange for what?
Nothing.
No! Under realistic circumstances, this is where friendships die, where friendly fire gets committed every few seconds, and where the most commonly spoken phrase is,
This is exactly what I need right now. Did
Thanks,
I just
gamer.
hit you again?
no, I kind of slid into that.
I don't know. I've played through Magica with my friend, killing each other accidentally and on purpose. And the friendship survived, so I don't know.
Multiplayer is amazing. I thoroughly recommend it. Final score. In Synthetic, every single run is complete madness, but that's the whole charm of it. No run
Yes,
is
it's
ever
a
the same.
roguelike.
You take and you use whatever the machine god gives you. You learn, you adapt, and you push forward as far as you can. And somewhere in the misty haze of adrenaline and spent shells, you reach that epiphany, that realization that you are never truly spent shells.
Don't.
You reach that epiphany, that realization that you are never truly
Boy.
at the mercy of RNG. No. All
Can you
this time,
stop?
You are only at the mercy of your own
You
skills.
fat-ass
and that's
boy.
when I realized I love this game. Eventually,
touch the
however,
keyboard.
I did get a little too competent for the base game. That's when you whip out madness mode and hyper adrenaline to
Oh, I
give your
thought just
heart a
once.
real workout. This game's amazing, and there's something wholesome and reassuring about the fact that your suffering can be shared with others. In a word, Synthetic is much like a woman. She's incredibly difficult. Originally,
Okay.
this game was just meant to be a
I don't know if it was
bolt-action
that woman,
rifle
but sure.
simulator made by two young German boys named Friedrich Heinrich and Helmut Gottlieb, freshly graduated from Nuremberg University. Then, 3 years of solid work later, it spiraled into this. This game is truly a labor of love, and it really shows. I give Synthetic a final terror level score of 325, which is about to become 350 once I push this button out of my rapidly depleting health bar. I have no regrets. You can grab yourself a copy on Steam or GOG for about 20 bucks. And based on my Ashkenazi arithmetic, that comes to about 28 cents per hour of
Stop.
entertainment. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Words, unfortunately, don't do this game justice. So, without further ado, let me show you
Go
some
away.
shit. Enjoy.
And stay there. Well, I kind of was watching the whole thing, so... I mean, there was gameplay through the whole video, so it's... So it's fine. What the fuck? What are you doing? Hey, wanna get scared again? He hates this thing. It's a mouse pad. He hates when I do that, probably because of the wind. That's a good cat repellent. I recommend it. This is just done, right? Okay. Why is this black screen? Okay. Yes. It looks like a very good roguelike for just to just play around for a bit. You know, no story. I don't like the color of this crash. Anyway, no story there, so you can come in, do a run, and fuck off. I'm more of a story-driven kind of guy. I like my gameplay goes first. When I play a game, if it has a good gameplay loop, or I'm not sure if gameplay loop is a term for everything or not, for any gameplay. But if it has good gameplay, I'm in. But the close second for me is story. That's why Hades is my favorite roguelike. It has the roguelike, there's a gameplay loop, is fantastic, and then it got a good story that I actually cared about. And I beat it so many times with different... You can make it harder as well, as the same as this. Here's a terror level, but there's a different thing that I remember the name of. You can make it harder there too. It's fantastic. I would recommend Hades to everybody. I would love to see a Hades review from Seth or somebody as insane as that. And when he said, friendly fire, like killing your own friends, maybe a review of, what's it called? Super Bunnyman. Kind of an insane thing where you, if you want to, you can fuck up your friend. So yeah. Before I end, I want to say that I'm sorry for whatever this reaction turned into. I really am. Probably this quality of reaction together with missing my daily routine of yesterday. What? That's not a sentence. Missing a day of my daily schedule upload. Something like that. I don't know. Is that a sentence? I'm lost. Anyway, I am very sorry for not releasing a video yesterday and releasing this as a kind of pretty much a second watch through instead of like a first time reaction. But it wasn't that different from my first one, so I just remembered some certain things before starting a video, and I was remembering things when they were coming up, and that's about it. Because my memory is bad. So again, I'm sorry, but thank you for watching. I appreciate it a lot, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Have a great life, because one of us has to.